Okay, we're back for part 2 of the video now. We're going to be starting off with I. We finished up with H in part 1, and now we're going to go to I for the next part. So for I is C divided by 4, and C was 1. So this is going to be 1 divided by 4. That's integer division, which gives us really 0.25, I guess. That's 0.25. The integer is 0, so I is 0. K is C mod 4, so it's the same thing, but this time think of it as a fraction because we have to look at remainders. In this case, 1 is a remainder, really, because there's no whole number. And 1 is K. Now we're going to start using a lot more of these things from the first part in the next parts, so keep watching as we refer back to them. So this next part, L, is kind of a long one. Again, it's got a separate line I made here for it. 32 plus 2 times E. We had found E earlier on. Remember, it was 0. Plus 2 times 0 for I, minus H, which was 18, minus K, which is 1. Let's figure out that equals first, and then we'll take mod 7 of that. And for that, I got 13. And 13 divided by 7 is 1 6/7. So divided by 7 is 1 6/7. So 6 is L. We're almost done. A little bit lower down here now. Now we're going to work on M. So M is taking A. So 6 plus 11 times H plus 22 times 6. Let's go to that equals first, then we'll divide it by 451. Now, if I'm going too fast at any point, you can always stop and pause it. This equals 336. And when we divide that by 451, we get less than a whole number. And this is integer division, which means it's going to be equal 0. Now, if you remember in class, or if you're watching this before class, before I'm teaching it, you might remember that I mentioned to do this all in one step, and so I'll explain that again as we do that. Let's go through and substitute everything first in here, and I'll do it over on the side here, I think. There's plenty of space over here on the side for this. So we got H first. We'll start with H. So adding 18 plus 6 minus 7 times M plus 114. Now this is kind of the key part here. So let's get that amount first and see what that equals first. And I got 138 for that. So you take 138 and hit the ABC button to make a fraction out of it with 31. And your mixed number fraction should come out as 4 and 14 31st. Now to figure out the next part, we're going to take just a look at a different. Take a look at a different part here real quick just to see this a little more clearly. If you look at this now, this part, notice the day is the second part, the month is the first part. So this is the month right here. I hope I had a pen that worked for that, wouldn't it? Let's try again with a pen that works. This is the month. Then we add 1 to this, that's our plus 1 there, to get the day. Which means in the year 2001, fourth month was April. And 15 is the day in 2001 that Easter fell on. And if you Google that, you'll find if you Google something as simple as Easter Day 2001, it comes up with April 15th, 2001.